Welcome to the making of Thriller.
Okay. Say cheese, Phil. Huh? I said say cheese.
Cheese. Right, what does this take? Like 100,025? Somebody got blood on this camera and it wasn't me.
My fault.
Sorry.
You zombies. You zombies are freaking me out, man.
And so I'm rolling here.
Oh. Okay.
All right, Leonardo DiCaprio.
That is the stupidest thing
DiCaprio.
I've
Okay,
ever
deliver the
heard.
lie. Deliver the lie.
The lie.
The lie.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Well, that didn't work out too well for you.
God, you're the worst boyfriend ever.
No,
why would you
say this to me?
Okay, stop making me laugh. It's gonna make it worse.
You're eating a Dorito on your phone. Leave your somehow leave your hand up there.
It's a shovel. Oh, it's a shovel. Logan, will you bring me that board? Find the shovel. Shovel like Bring the shovel. Easy.
I'm good, Jeff. All right.
He's real good now.
It'll be fog, right, girl? Rolling over. Okay.
Oh, thinking about our younger years.
The star eats first. There she goes with her food. Going to her trailer, her camper.
That's on you.
Feeding the zombies. Hi.
Did I do something wrong? You do. I mean, I'm sorry.
This is Nate cooking all the food. Gotta feed the zombies. Hello. Don't turn away from the camera.
Stop. Oh, yeah.
How the star eats.
Hi.
Hello.
Got it. He's helping with the clothes.
So we started this band. You know, I was in a like a punk, hardcore punk style band for several years, and I always thought it'd be fun to be in a cover band, but with a twist, something a little different. There's, you know, original bands are so much fun, but it's kind of have to be a part of the club for the style of music you're playing, and that's one thing I just didn't really care for. I didn't really like that. Cover bands are very inclusive, and that's, you know, that's me. That's my thing. I feel like music should be a tool to unify people and bring people together who wouldn't normally hang out or have a beer together or sing along with the same song. It shouldn't be divisive. It shouldn't ever be used to divide people. And a lot of times, accidentally, not to anyone's fault, I don't think, but it does happen. And I wanted Social inTents to be a band that anybody could enjoy, anybody could sing along, everybody was welcome, everybody wanted to have a good time. Anybody who wanted to come and just have a good time and participate in some way or whatever, then they were welcome. So that, you know, that's always been our goal. And we've done some pretty good things, you know. True Callers was our first thing we had on YouTube. Hardly a video, it's a picture video, but if you look at the pictures, you'll see we were having fun with our friends, and that really kind of delivered with the song, and it's a good song. I like our version of it a lot. But the message and the song and the pictures and seeing us with our friends in our natural environment, it's a good video for that song. Okay, we shot She's Like the Wind on a whim with my cell phone. Just like, we gotta do a video. We had some recordings that Jerry Allen had done for us, and they were pretty good, and everybody really liked them. I wanted some visual content. I wanted to have something on a YouTube page. So, you know, Sean was in the middle of moving, and just kind of freaked him out a little bit. Stacy manned the camera, and I kind of played director role in that one, and he took a break from moving couches and beds, and he came out, and in one take, he did the song and pieced it all together and threw it up, and it actually got a pretty good response, and we were real happy with it.
would go insane. Free up from above. In the midnight hour, she cried more, with a rebel yell.
You know, Rebel Yell was just kind of like everybody came over for Rebel Yell, thinking they were
Coming for band
Right,
practice.
they thought they were coming for band practice, and about an hour before band practice was supposed to start, we sent out a message, hey, wear something
nice.
Something nice, we're going to shoot a video in the garage. And, you know, the guys in the band are pretty used to, let's just call it...
Rolling with the punches.
Right, our quirkiness, and like, okay, so what are these two knuckleheads up to right now? So... And they did. Everyone come over, and the girls helped out, and we made a video in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And I still love it. It's one of my. I mean, it'll love the song, which you also recorded before you even. He recorded the song before he was even in the band. That's how good a guy.
I was learning how to record on that song, and it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad at all. Rebel Yell, definitely. It's definitely one of the. It's a favorite, and I'm really glad we shot that video for a number of reasons.
More.
It's like, you know, we went into the pool party, walking on sunshine, and just shot it. Have an idea in your head, it's like, you know, these are the things that we want to get done. All right, and then you get out there and just, you know, chaos. And you got so many people, and everyone's looking for direction, and we really didn't have direction ourselves. We were just like, let's do
Stand there,
this.
look cool.
Yeah.
Look like you're having fun.
That was one of the
Now.
biggest lessons I learned from that video was like, we have to have a plan.
Yeah.
And not just like an idea,
Absolutely.
but like we need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Detailed.
5A,
Right.
5B. You know, what's the backup plan?
Some of the stuff that I've done previously, you can find online. There's some live videos, and I think our EP is for Waco, which I do believe most of it is on YouTube. Also did No Reason Why with my good buddy Jeff, who's also in Social Intents with me, and that was a very good time in our lives. I do believe the shows that we played and the friends that we made during the time of No Reason Why was countless, and I could never imagine the fun that was made in those days.
All the lies and all the fights, I can't take this one more night. Trying to win a losing war with nothing worth fighting for.
Iron Gate is a real fun band. We've played some pretty cool shows, opening up for some cool bands. Played a bike rally last summer. That was really fun. All the guys are genuinely great guys, and they're fun to be around. We have a good time every time we play. We drink a little bit too much, but it's fun.
I'm just too young to see.
The Schaefer's, like the ska punk band. Just a group of friends got together to play some music that wasn't really happening around here at the time. And we played everywhere. Went on tour. 7 guys in a van for a month. That was dirty. Really, really dirty. But yeah, it was always have fun playing music, especially with those guys. Oh, the first video that we did for If I Was a Gangsta with the Schaefers was our friend Jamie. It was actually his video, I guess vinyl for OU. And he calls us, he's like, hey, can we do it? Can I shoot a video for you guys? Because I need it for my school. And I was like, oh yeah, why not? So here we are in the back of Williamsburg Cinema and shoot this video. It took us maybe 15 minutes. Just a couple of angles here, and that was it. Just lip syncing.
If I was a gangster right now, I'd get late today. Don't want a man that can't hold a line, but how can I carry hers if I got mine?
I started out, I've been playing music since I was 10 years old. I was in a concert band in school, and I was in the East Marching Band when they were great. I played around with a few bands. I don't think many of us ever had names. A lot of years ago, me and Jeff and some of our friends started doing the Halloween show. And it was just such a good time. I mean, like, we'd start about earlier mid-July, learn a bunch of songs, and then by the end of October, we were good. It was good, and it was a great time. We had a lot of bands that played with us. I can't imagine having any more fun with your friends and actually playing live music. And to see like people in the crowd loving it, that's just the greatest. Well, there's Truth and Parish, the Hell Satans, I know, Hugo Viciously. We did about 6 or 7 years. I missed 1 year. I had to work. Yeah, there's just nothing better than that. What we do now is a lot better, but we started doing the Halloween show for fun, and then we eventually made ourselves into Social Intents. That's pretty cool. Which I wanted to call us Live New Girls, but no one wanted to do that. I mean, who don't want to go to a show that says, on the banner says Live New Girls and just bring people in? And of course, there's, a bunch of fat old men playing music. That's, I think it's a great idea.
So as far as like other projects that I've done in the past, I think it was like it was 5 years ago, because this December will be the 5-year anniversary. But 5 years ago, I was living in Virginia Beach, and had a young daughter, and I did not want to do the band thing. Reason being is I couldn't commit to time for practice. I couldn't be other places. I needed to be at home. But man, I really wanted to play, and I wanted to write, and I wanted to record. Well, I wanted to learn how to record. So I put a thing out on Facebook and asked some folks, it's like, hey, who wants to like metal up a Christmas song? And just have random people come over to my house and record different parts, and maybe something cool will come out of it. And that's when a project called Metal Collaborations was born. And it was actually kind of cool. The first one we did was Grandma got run over by a reindeer. And I remember actually working with Jeff on that project. And I told him the idea I had, and he was like, oh, I love it. And it was on Christmas. I think it was Christmas Eve. I was actually in town. And it was the night before Christmas Eve that we went down in the basement and we were recording some of the backup vocals for that song. And it was Christmas Eve that I was wrapping up the final mixing for it and released it on Christmas. And overnight, the thing got like 10,000 views or something. It was like, just blew up. It was like, oh man, this is awesome. So like, we'll do another one. And so we did another one and another one. And just, the idea is just get different people in to record different parts. And, there's no like set band, if you will. It's just different musicians from around. It's like I would come up with this bass structure of the song, and it's like, here's the way I want to do the song. But if you have something creative to add to this, throw a lick down. People would come over and, throw a lick down, and sometimes I'd use it, and sometimes I wouldn't, and that was kind of just like, it was more about just hanging out with other people, getting to know other musicians, and just, having fun together, and just, loving on people, and enjoying each other's company, and getting to know new people and stuff.
When you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know. Just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. Never seen you looking so lovely as you did tonight. I've never seen you shine so bright.
The fog. The fog was probably the most difficult thing to work with. And we didn't really have any idea what we were getting into just with the fog.
The wind's blowing the wrong way.
There was so many things that we had kind of anticipated. Things that would likely be problematic, but we didn't expect the fog. The fog issues were interesting. 1 second you would have you wouldn't have enough fog, and then there'd be too much fog. And
Alright, I'm completely fogged out. I got nothing of Taylor.
it was extremely difficult and would not cooperate. We ended up pulling it off, we learned a lot though, dealing with fog machines, and man.
So, in 3, 2, 1, no fog. Kaylee? Kaylee?
Oh, no!
Yes. And zombie horde. No fog. Zombie horde. A little bit of fog. A little bit of fog.
This feeling of complete and all alone. As I do tonight.
Yeah, our dancers worked their butts off, and we actually kind of started somewhat with a different crew and of dancers for our little zombie dance, and but due to some unforeseen circumstances, we had to scramble quickly and recruit some new dancers, and they had we had a great bunch of people who really worked their butts off to get this done, and we practiced pretty much every night, and they were very I've never seen people work so hard on a project that they're not getting paid for before. I've never seen that. And this was a band project, and they came along as well as other many others, but our dancers certainly came along and made it their project as well, and that was just surreal, honestly. the folks at Cirque de Art were kind enough to let us use their building in downtown Portsmouth for rehearsal, and that worked out really well, and we just greatly appreciate them letting us use that space. Worth it. Such a great song, so hard to cover it, and then the video on top of it. How do you know, an iconic song, an iconic video, how do you do it justice? So I start looking up to see what other people have done, and there's a ton of covers out there. I mean, I'm typically not the kind of person who wants to cover a song that's been covered to death, but I felt like we could add an element to it that that I couldn't find on YouTube. I kind of let that be the deciding factor of whether I did the song or whether we actually moved forward. You know, has somebody already done what we would do to it? Has somebody already changed it in that way? And hours, I still look today. It didn't stop with, yeah, okay, we're moving forward on Thriller. I still do it. I still look to see if anyone's done anything similar. And there's some great stuff out there, but nothing like what we've done to it. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm glad we decided to move forward, and I'm very happy to say that we actually did something much different while still paying homage to the original song. We didn't butcher it. We didn't change it. We didn't really speed it up all that much, just a hair. The song's pretty much true to the original, so we just kind of made it louder and a little bit more rock and roll. You know, that's kind of our thing anyway. So I'm real happy with it. I think everybody else is too.
I remember when Jeff called me up with the idea, and he was like, I've got our next video. Dude, we're going to do Thriller. And I was like, oh man, like, you're not just talking about doing like a small video, because if you do Thriller, like, that's got to be huge. That can't just be like a throw it together kind of thing. Challenge number one, writing the song. You know, it's like rewriting it, if you will. It's like, you know, we do our own take on old classics and new songs and stuff like that, but, you know, Social Intents brings a new element to a song, and we really wanted to pay homage to the song, but at the same time, you know, do our thing with it. Which Jeff and I just picked up a couple guitars and plugged in, and we're like, you know, here's the key it's in. Let's just mess with it. And I had a couple ideas in my head, and he had a couple ideas in his head of how the rhythms would go. And so we just we actually plugged up and just started jamming on it. So in writing Thriller, we both just kind of plugged up our guitars and started jamming on it and passing ideas back and forth, and just recording little bits at a time and kind of piecing it together. And that's kind of how that part came together.
Recording the vocals for Thriller, just trying to take an iconic song like that and trying to do what I can do with it. I mean, it's hard when you have that, and then, you know, you're like, here, try to do something with this.
what I felt challenging about taking on the challenge of Thriller was the fact that it was such a classic already. And how would you go about recreating something that's already a masterpiece?
Myself, I'm working out of town, 4.5 hours away, so just being a part of it and working that far away, it's a logistical problem. And so that in itself is a challenge, just getting down here to do it. And then you got my favorite song probably of all time in Thriller. It really is. I mean, I can remember being a kid and just knowing this video was coming up and waiting for it. Waiting to see Michael Jackson do Thriller. I mean, I'd wait for, hours watching MTV, like, I know it's going to come on. And to play it like we do, it's special. It's special to me. I hope it's special to everybody else. Because it's so much fun. And I think everybody will love it.
So I think if we take this over here and move it to there. No, we want. I think. Yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot. And then, if we do the double track here for that part and do it the same exact way, that'll blend like awesome. Going. Trying to work, Jeff. Put the camera away. Let's record guitars. Not play on social media. Ooh. Hello. Would be this one, but I don't know why.
Rolling.
And action.
This is my dry run of the intro video that we're doing, right? And so, that's why it's like
TED Talk.
What are you doing, Jeff?
Finished up lunch.
What are you doing at lunch?
We're on the shot list for Thriller. We don't have time. We gotta get to work here, buddy. Come on.
We'll have audio going and recording, just shitty audio when we're filming, and then whatever we want to keep, then we'll say, here's the part, and
Peace.
Over here doing makeup.
does this look like a pair of jeans or a black t-shirt? I'm not comfortable. I think it might be the only shirt I have that's colored.
It's had it for 4 years. It still looks brand new. So what's that tell you? You gonna make it dirty? Rub it in the dirt. Get it dirty. Rub that in the dirt. Stomp on it. Kick it.
On the ground. Stomp on it.
Yeah.
You gonna go face down?
Turn me ass up.
Fuck on you guys.
I put it right in between.
You're not making it any better.
They're distressing clothes.
He did dig it up from over there, and we just closed it on.
Can you handle it, Sean? So this is for B-roll. Heather, how are you feeling right now?
Pretty dirty.
You feel pretty dirty? How you feeling, DJ?
Slightly aroused. I don't know.
It's a family show.
I'm not good at the family stuff.
Mama, she's got glue.
This needs glue all over it.
Well, here, we can.
All these lovely volunteers.
Yeah, we had John Osborne and Don Munyon. They really worked their butts off.
Hi.
Hello.
Getting makeup done.
Are you ready for your big debut?
I really am. I've worked long and hard to achieve this dream. So I'm very excited.
I think everybody's excited.
I think so too. It's a good turnout today too.
It's gonna be awesome.
It will be awesome.
What do we have going on over here, guys?
We actually shot our zombie birth scenes in their garage on a contraption that John had built. That guy he can pretty much do anything, I'm pretty sure. Very impressive.
Said, come on, baby, I've got a license for love. And if it expires, pray up from above. In the midnight hour, she cried more.
So we have some hand magic going on over here?
With a rebel yell, more, more, more. In the midnight hour, babe, she cried.
I've had them hands on me too, buddy.
Way to get to your wife next. How do you feel about that? Thumbs up.
I'm gonna do my own hands, guys. I'm good. Really, you could have done this yourself, but I was just trying to get it into the creases real
like
good.
Slavery, she wants it in bed. When I'm tired and lonely, she sees me.
Look at him, he doesn't know what to say. He's like, yeah, okay.
What sets you free? I need you here by me. What sets you free? Need you here by me.
And don't worry about reaching to the sky. Get that ground. You're pulling yourself out of the ground. Yeah. All right.
With a rebel yell, more, more.
All right, there we go. Coming out of the ground.
In the midnight hour,
dig your way out of the ground.
babe, she cried,
It's hard. Look up.
more, more. With a rebel yell, more,
There we go. Cut.
more, more, more.
We had sponsors. I can't remember all the sponsors. Sponsors are the best. The best, the greatest sponsors you could possibly imagine. You couldn't imagine better sponsors than what we ever had. And when the Daily Times showed up, and sponsors you couldn't even believe. But I don't know. It's great. This is great.
Good, good.